Welcome to another episode of CrusaderCast. I'm Beardicus. Today we are looking at Blade and Soul. This is a Korean-only martial arts MMO, and I'm really psyched to show you guys footage of this because it's basically impossible to get access to this game unless you can prove that you are a South Korean citizen. Well, I have a friend that is a South Korean citizen, and she has given me access to this game, so I'm really excited because there's not a lot of English commentary based around this game. So, let's jump into character creation here. I just give you guys a little taste of what the game is like and the races, the classes. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it because I want to have some dedicated videos about the races and classes to begin with. So, but let's just run through it real quick. The races here, this first is the Jin or the Jin. They're basically humans, as you can tell. There's the male version, there's the female version. Females in this game are, I guess the right word would be stylized. Honestly, I find their eyes to be a little creepy, but you know, it's stylized sort of anime style. The next race is a Gon or Jean, I don't know how to say it, but they're basically big humans. They're just larger, you know, sort of giant people. There's the female version of that race. All the females have the same eyes. And here's the little animal cutesy people. They're the Lin. And so there's the female. I'll show you the male here. I'm going to have to make a video that shows the customization of these little guys because frankly it's just disturbing. You can go and you can pick the ears, you can pick the tail. It's a very out there sort of style to these guys, so I'm going to have to make a video of that. And the last race here is an all-female race, and they're called the Kun. So, puns aside, and you know, I have no idea how they propagate, but we'll leave that up to the imagination. So, let's go through the classes real quick. The first one is an assassin. And as you can see, she just spun around with her shurikens. Basically, you sneak up behind people. You trap people, you can poison people, that sort of thing. The next class is a Blade Master. That's just what it means. Sword wielder, sort of fast-paced, DPS sort of character. Next one is a Kung Fu Master. Basically, and this is another race that can be a Kung Fu Master. Punching, kicking, grappling, sort of, you know, Jackie Chan Kung Fu stuff. Next class, Force Master. Basically, they're basically mages. I don't really see any difference other than that. They might be able to heal. It's kind of hard for me to figure out what's going on in the game most of the time because it's all in Korean. But, yeah, so they're basically mages. And the very last class is only available to the Gon, and it is Destroyer. So basically it's an axe wielder, a tank. They can do air juggles, as you can see the video up in the top left. It's actually pretty neat. I'm looking forward to playing with that. But because I think the Kung Fu Master is the most original class in this game, I'm going to make a character, a Gon Kung Fu Master. So let's customize this guy. These are the default, you know, what your character is going to look like. These are full packages. Hair, body build, eyes. The game actually offers quite a bit of customization with your character. It's nice. It's not like WoW or even Guild Wars that feels sort of stinted, you know. Wow, that's really effeminate. You know, you really feel like you've got control over what your guy looks like. So I'm going to start with this guy. There we go. That's a good face. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this because I want you guys to see a lot of gameplay here. Mohawk, there we go. Looking more like Beardicus now. Whoa, these are oddly proportioned. I think I'm going to go with the first one, the default one here. Eyes. Crazy eyes. Those are fine. Whoa. It's a very rubber-looking beard. That's interesting. Whoa. So I'm not exactly sure. As you can see, the textures for his pants and the lanterns over here, they're great. I'm not exactly sure why his beard looks like it's made of rubber. But whatever, I suppose. That's fine. I'm looking more like Beardicus now. And the rest, you know, I have no idea what any of this stuff means. because I don't speak or read Korean, so I'm just going to leave it alone and say, okay, pick a server. Alright. Yes. And so now we're going to hop into the game with this guy. And I'm going to watch most of the cinematics with you guys because I want you to see you can grab the gist of the story pretty easily without having to hear the English portion of the speech. But I'm going to skip a lot of the conversations you have during quests because they're meaningless and your objective pops up on your map after you talk to the people. So there's really no point in sitting there and listening to that we can't something we can't understand. But the cinematics are very cool, and there's one within the first 10 minutes that is just epic. It is just so awesome. So I'm gonna let this one run here. This is the introduction to the game. And just a little background on this game. The Koreans have been playing this I'm playing the full retail version. This is not the private server closed beta test that a lot of people have played in the West because it's free and you can get access to it very easily. I'm not playing that. I'm playing the full Korean retail version of the game. So basically, I bought a time card, I paid for the game, I'm connected to South Korea, I'm playing on their servers. So this is the official version of the game. And that's why there's just not a lot of footage with English commentary yet, so I'm excited to be able to show this to you guys. But this game is published by NCSoft. That's the same publisher as Guild Wars 2 that just came out here not too long ago. But it's funny too, both games use the down mechanic. You know, in Guild Wars 2, when you go down, any friendly can revive you, and when you're down on the ground you have options. It's not insta-death when you lose your health bar. Well, this game is the same way. It's just sort of a different thing. You kind of meditate when you're on the ground, and you can pulse energy and knock enemies back instead of, you know, throwing whatever it was in Guild Wars 2, like the fire out of your hands. But that's very cool in that regard, that those two games are similar. And another thing you'll notice too when I actually get into the game, the same thing you noticed with Guild Wars 2, is that the art is incredible in this game. The guy that is the art director is a very famous Korean artist. I'm not very familiar with his work, to be honest, but he's very famous over there, so he's done a great job. I mean, when we get into the game, it's incredible. It's like Guild Wars. It looks like a watercolor painting, and as you actually walk up to it, these structures begin to render in the game. It's really cool. I really enjoy that part of Guild Wars 2, and I enjoy this. So that was a cool cinematic. You know, it was customized for me. He pulled me out of the water or whatever, and we're about to jump into the game here. Hello, creepy big-eyed sex doll girl. No. The chicks are a little creepy. I think it's funny that the dudes aren't stylized. I guess they're stylized physically. They're way too tall or whatever, but these chicks are very anime. So like I said, this stuff, I'm gonna skip through this, basically. Whoa. Now I need to put some pants on. And the good thing about this is, most of the commands that you get in the game are actually in English. You can see right here it says I. I needed to click I to access my inventory to put my clothes on. So at least that's good. That's one of the only reasons I can actually play through this thing. It'll say F to complete a quest, I to open your inventory, M is for map. It's very similar to other MMOs. But as we walk out here, you'll be able to see just how awesome this world is that they've created. And all that's real. You know, over there it seems like that's sort of like a painting, you know, it's not really rendered. As we go over there, that's a real structure. We'll actually climb up that thing. So, let's start these quests here. I have to go wake this guy up. And I'm sure once this gets translated, once this gets released in the West, we'll be able to appreciate the story quite a bit more. Now it's just kind of the generic, your master has been betrayed, Asian drama sort of thing. But I'm sure it'll be more fleshed out as I can actually understand every little detail of the plot here. But so the graphics are great in this game, as you can see. I have no question about that. The other thing too is that, you know, this game is new as far as the MMO sphere, and it's not grindy. It doesn't feel grindy to me. It doesn't feel you know, redundant. They've paced this first opening area really well. Like I just lit that cooking fire or whatever, but I learned my first abilities within the first 5 minutes. I mean, there's really there's no lull where I just kind of stand around, where I walk around, not know what's going on. The game, it throws you into the game pretty quick, which is nice. It just paces everything better. And that's my new ability here. Very sort of crouching tiger, hidden dragon, kung fu stuff. It's fun though, and the next ability I'm about to learn is even more fun. Oh, and the combat's freeform. There's no tab lock, sort of. There's none of that. You know, I'm a kung fu master, so I use my hands and feet to fight here, and we'll watch the cinematic. But if I miss, if I don't have my hit lined up, I will just swing wildly and miss. So you really, it's a game where you have to pay attention. I'm super pumped about the dungeons and the raids, because I love the idea of everybody having to pay attention, because there's no lock mechanic. You have no a cursor in this game. You literally, when you turn, that's what you focus on. You have to be in front of someone to talk to them to get a quest, and that's really cool. So I'm really looking forward to dungeons where healers can't just, if there is a healing dynamic in this game, I'm not quite sure yet. If there is, you know, they just can't tab and heal. They have to actually pay attention to what's going on. They have to get close to the other characters and stuff. So this is kind of foreshadowing of the story. Ooh, creepy lady in the sky. So, and then we're about to learn another ability here. I mean, I've been in the game, what, 3-4 minutes, and we're already... It's just paced well. This game is going to be incredibly successful when it's released in the West, I can tell you right now. Oh, I forgot to talk to him. And now I know this ability. Very cool, huh? You really do feel like you're in, I guess that's the point of this game. You feel like you're in a martial arts movie when you play. Especially if you're a kung fu master. This class it's just so over the top with its fighting sort of, you know, extreme launching mechanics that you really feel like you're in a movie. And this is the little, like, master guy. He is the, you know, he's the meek yet super uber powerful anime master. And as you can see, this little green circle here, this means that we're going into an instanced area. It'll kind of skip here, and then I'm actually in an instance. What this means is I have to grab this book and give it to him. So I'm assuming they want to keep the characters, you know, when this is a starting area and there's 200 people here, they want to keep all the guys out of this house so I can actually find him. And what I basically grabbed was my skill book. These are going to be my skills. Don't ask me to tell you what they are yet, because I haven't figured it out. But, yeah, so I just got my skill book there. And, see this little puppy. Hello, little puppy. There's a lot of pets in this game. I don't know if you can actually have pets as a character yet, but, I'm sure we'll find out soon. There's just a lot of dogs, a lot of wildlife. And as you can see, you know, I talked about this structure at the beginning of this area. As we're walking towards it, you see it's starting to render. There's a bridge. This is actually a real thing. It's so cool. And now we're about to do some combat training. I gotta equip my gauntlets here. Now I'm ready to do some fighting. It's gonna be really cool to see too my class, what some of the later abilities are. I bet they're just so over the top, Dragon Ball Z, super fast punching, sort of stuff like that. That'll be really neat. So basically what you do is you left click to attack, and you have combos that are available, and that's about it. Basically what I'm having to learn here, what they're wanting to teach me is a block. So, as you can see, there you go. I blocked it. And the blocking is very intuitive. I mean, you have to time it right, or you're not going to do it correctly. There we go. So now, what I'm being asked to do is my special attack, or my first special attack I know, this sort of hard punch. And I'll do the combo for you. This is just left clicking. That's my left click combo right now. And then I can have special abilities I can do. And in any time when I see him about to launch an attack, I can block. And okay. Very cool. So now I've completed that portion of the quest. And I just hit level 2. Very cool level up animation too with the wings. I think it's neat. It's just fun to run around. This is just the starting area, but this sort of speedy run, super overpowered jumping is quite entertaining. More so than you would think. And now we're heading into the first instant story area. This is when it really gets. This is when it really throws you into the story. So I'm gonna cap this intro video off here. But I'll be showing you guys a lot more of Blade and Soul. I want to do character creation for the specific races. I want to show off a lot of different classes, the different class dynamics. There's a summoner class in this game, which is basically like a hunter in WoW. And I'm not sure if you can change pets, but your first pet is this gigantic humanoid cat. And it's so off the wall and awesome that I'm going to have to show it to you guys. So I'll be doing some summoner. I want to do some Blade Master because that's a really fun thing to play. I played some Blade Master. So I'm going to head out now, but as always, check the description below. Check us out at CrusaderCast.com. We do giveaways every single week. We've always got something we're giving away. We might give away some Blade and Soul access at some point if you guys are really digging this video. So, we'll see you soon.